Hi and welcome to another episode. What we've got is the Sinclair ZX Spectrum Next, or the Next as I like to call it. Now I want to talk about the Z machine, which you might have seen in the games folder. Basically it's a load of text adventures. So let's go across to there. So off the browser, and we go down to games, we go down to Z machine, and then we could just load one of these directly. And it'll load up straight away. This one is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I've put this file there myself, but the other ones were already there in the first place. So let's just load up the first one just to show you what happens if you don't bother going deeper into everything. So you load up the game and you press space in this particular case, and there we go, the game's loaded. Now as you can see, it's blue text on a white background, which is the paper color. So we can press inverse video and we can change the ink color to make it even more garish, and we can change the background color to make it even worse. I mean, why would you want colors like that? But who knows, somebody maybe want to because they've got an unusual screen and it looks better that way for them, or maybe they're colorblind or something, I don't know. But personally what I like is the black background and white text. I prefer that, and then we don't need this key sort of thing at the bottom, and we can get rid of that by pressing extended mode. And there we go, we can start playing the game, and it's all, you know, all fun and games. It's not going to understand that of course, but that's what we can do. And to quit it, in most cases you type in quit, and yes, I'm sure I want to quit, and there we go, it comes out of it, and we're back into just a normal menu loader or the browser. Now what we can also do is go into ZXZVM, because sadly when you change other colours around and everything like that, it doesn't remember. So what I like to do is load up the nxzxzvm.bas file, and it gives you all this information of it was written by John Elliott and it was ported by Gary Lancaster. Gary Lancaster's name you'll see an awful lot when it comes to the Spectrum Next, because he seems to have done an awful lot of coding and, you know, made a lot of this work the way that would make it really nice way to do things. I'm not saying there isn't other coders that have been involved, because the show has, but Gary's name seems to be all over the place. Seems like a nice chap as well. I've met him at one of the expos. Now what I want to point out though is that these adventure games are text adventure games, and basically been written by Infocom most of the time, but they've also known sort of as Z-code, and if you've got any of them it should work on here. It says at the bottom there though that you need versions 3, 4, 5, missing out 6, 7 and 8, and these files need to be .z3, .z4, .z5, .z7 and .z8. Try saying that when you've had a few drinks. Now we can just press enter, and then we can go back and load up one of these games. So we'll just load up the one that we did last time, and as you can see the same thing happens. So that's all good and fine, but as I said, it doesn't keep the colours that you messed around with. So if you do have a particular colour set that you like, what you can do is go back into there, load up the basic file, and at this point press the break key and then press enter, and then you're given the program itself. Now you can see on line 70, at least it is at the moment, it says, well actually on line 60 it says set preferred colours. On line 70 is actually those colours. So for the paper, which is the background colour, is whatever it is across the top. So across here you'll see the different colours written, and then you can change it to one of those colours. So as I said, I prefer the black background, so I need to change that to 0. And then there's the border, of course. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see, but basically there's the border around the normal page, so you want to change that to 0 as well. And then for the ink I want white, which on here is number 7. So I put that in and then I press enter. But then we need to save the file. Now it also says in the documentation, which you'll have seen, that there's document files on the SD card which you can load up and read yourselves. It says currently on line 730, I think it was 730. So we need to save quotes. We'll just save it as test right now. .bas quotes line 730, and it saves. So we can press enter again, and then we can press edit, and then go down to exit, and then we can go to browser. And what we need to do is rename the old one, so we press R. Let's just make that a capital K at the end there, so it's .back for backup file. And then let's rename the test to something useful. So let's stick caps lock on just to keep everything the way it was. So NX ZXZVM .bas. Press enter, and there we go, it's renamed to that. And then we can go back up, and then we can start the game. And there we go, it's black with white text, just the way I wanted it. So I hope that's helpful. There's other things you can do, which is all in a documentation file. You can change the amount of characters per row and column and all that sort of stuff, and you can even change the fonts if you want to. It's all explained in the document file. I'll leave that to you, but as always, happy gaming.